Welcome, Miss Scallywags. Welcome to Crypt. It's going to be a lovely time. Let's roll the intro. Oh, oh, oh.
Loca vatos locos, candle low. Smoke, twisted steel, ice cream truck with a devil wheel. Olympus cracks, torches spit, old gods whisper as the signal hits. Moving clips and UFOs, where it stops nobody knows. Flash, flash, something hit. Whole room losing it. Don't lose grip. Something weird inside the crypt. Crypt in the current, crypt in the crypt. Twisted nip signal with a grin on its lip. One sees the signal, one's already slipped. Strange lights, strange trips, shadows start to shift. In the crypt, twisted myth signal from the mothership. Click, click, watch the whole room flip. Flash, flash. Click, click. Something weird inside the crypt. Woo.
Well, hola, you old knucklehead McGee's. It is I and little Joshua of the Cincinnati Joshuas here
damn
to
right.
take you through your morning, afternoon, night, whenever the fuck it is you're watching. Thank you so much for being part of our show. At the very top, Josh, before you say anything and I'll shut the fuck up, I do want to remind you, a lot of people, because of our new time zone, watch at different times. They can't watch live. If you want a guaranteed response, you can not just give us your view, but we would love a super thanks, which is basically a super chat. If you leave a super chat in the comments, we'll respond to it on the next day's show. That's all I got.
That was lovely.
What's up, Josh?
You know, I'm good, Jaffe. I think we did very well last night. What I will say is we are going to burn Turbo at the stake. Now, I know you've had your fight with Turbo before. He's come on and annoyed you a little bit. But he annoyed me because he sucks. Nah, he's not doing that.
What happened? What did he do?
What they did, Jaffe, is they wronged us. They sent us 720 in the redirect. I'm very ungrateful for this. Very horrendous for a local live redirect.
Because they were on live. Oh, you're saying that their redirect was shitty.
Oh, it's terrible.
Because nobody was watching their show.
Nobody was watching their show by the end, I imagine. So maybe they should cut the shows down to an hour and a half. You know, maybe for that benefit. No, I'm slightly being facetious or whatever, but at the same time, you know, we got 720 and we kept 550. I'm proud of us, Jaffe. I think we did great.
Yeah, we did good. We did well. It was nice. I mean, certainly when we basically get that position as permanent, I think, you know, we'll grow better, because whoever is going to. Why are you guys looking for mods? We have mods. We have Big Mistake. We have Anna G.
Yeah.
You guys will be all right.
Yeah, we're good.
You guys will be relax a little bit. Relax a little bit.
We'll sort
No
this
one's
out
gonna
together.
die. It's just some text. It's not gonna hurt you.
Well,
It's not gonna hurt you. Anyway, yeah, it was fun. It was a good time to do a show, and then afterwards we went over and watched in the Discord with some of you guys, which was great. We watched The Housemaid, which Josh,
Yes.
I had read the book, but that was your first view of it. What did you think?
There was a few times there, Jaffe, that me and you both got scared. We were we
Well, we
were
were
we were frightened. Overall phenomenal piece. I loved the movie. I thought it was really great. So I went in completely blind. You went in knowing the story for the most part. I guess it was pretty much spot on.
yeah, it was truncated. After
Yeah,
having
of
just
course,
read
yeah.
the book and finished it the night before, it's very unusual. It's a weird feeling to watch a movie where it's like it just gets like vacuum packed down to like 90 minutes or whatever it was. So I do wonder about coming to it. It's hard to have read the book and then see the movie and go, what would your response be if you just saw the movie? But it sounds like the response
It
would
was
be good.
good.
It was a huge hit and you really liked it.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Just
It was
as the
very
movie.
entertaining, very thrilling. So it did very much hit that thriller vibe. It's
Yes.
very psychological. From the very beginning, you're thinking, "Oh, these people are strange." Even though they're being nice and very like comforting.
Don't give
in the
anything
beginning.
away. Don't give
But
anything
I'm not giving anything
away.
But like, it's very eerie for me
Because
the whole way.
when that happened in the book, I was like, what in the I mean, that was a good setup. You know what I'm saying?
It is
I'm
a
not
good
going to talk
setup.
about,
It is
yeah. But they made it work great in the film. The part where because we were both high. And there's one part in the movie where the girl's looking in the medicine cabinet and she closes the medicine cabinet and then another character's just right behind her. And I was like I was at the top of my high and I literally was like, ah! I mean, I was terrified. It was great. It was great. And then there were a couple other things like that.
Yeah, there was
too.
a really gory part. And that gory part, I'm not gonna say what happened, but I screamed. I'm pretty sure I screamed like a little girl. I was very high pitched.
Give me, don't give it away, but can you remind me what part
it was
of the body
towards
did it?
the end when all the
Was it
people were
with the
together
plate?
in the house.
Oh, yes. It is. I recommend it. Recommend the movie.
Highly recommend.
Recommend the book. Recommend the movie and the book.
Although I am surprised on the public rating online when you go look at that, because it doesn't feel, that feels like a low rating for what I saw. It feels slightly low.
What's the rating?
I believe it was 6 point something, but I'm just going to triple check. I think that would be like a 7.5. But let me see.
I would go to Rotten Tomatoes because Rotten Tomatoes does something where they give you the audience score and the critic score.
Yeah.
And the audience score is based on when the movie was out in theaters for the most part. You can continue, but most people don't update it or they don't care to leave a review there. But let's see.
Yes.
Because this movie did really, really well, and my guess is the audience score was really high on this.
Well, I don't know.
Here's the critic score was 74.
Okay.
Guess the audience score.
85.
92.
Okay,
yeah.
A 92 basically equates to a 9.2, right? And the critic one basically equates to a 7.4, essentially. But
yes,
okay, well that's fair. I think that's fair on both fronts because I would say it was a 7.5, maybe a high 7. It was really good. I really do recommend it if you really like thrillers and psychological things. I think it delivers.
I didn't see that movie in the theater, but can you imagine that makes me want to go. That makes me want to go out to see movies in theaters more because to see that with an audience on some of those parts, people would have just been like scream. If anybody saw The Housemaid in the theater and it was a crowded theater, let me know.
Yeah. What was that like?
Let me know how that went. Like, because I imagine people were just like very vocal in that motion picture house. Not as vocal as the loved ones, if they had any loved ones. Now, probably at the time of their death, they were as they should be, a pariah. But there was a man who was a registered sex offender.
Glorious.
The story's just breaking, and he died.
Okay.
And they brought him into the funeral home, and they were doing the prepping the body for the funeral or whatever. And that's when the people in the funeral home learned that this guy had been a sex offender. And thus, something happened in the funeral home, which we'll save that for later. We'll tell you about it a little bit later. But I'm going to let it roll around in your brain pan and your imagination a little bit. What could have happened? It was as disgusting as you think but I don't know if you
As
can
you could,
imagine
as you could think, yeah.
what occurred once they discovered who this man was. But what do you got, Josh? I saw you were putting a bunch of good stories up on the Trello board today. You got anything you want to kick us
Yeah.
off with?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a few, but I've got one thing that I want to bring up because I think this is up for debate, okay? Because I've been seeing a lot, and I mean a lot while I've been looking for stuff for the show, of people coming out, especially this month, saying, oh my God, time travel is real because of this. Time travel is real because of this. Look in this photo, look in this painting, look at my granddad in World War II. And I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, are we reaching here, you know, in a lot of these cases? But some of them are rather convincing, and I look at them and I think, wow, that actually does look like a lady with an iPhone in like the 1500s or whatever.
Do you have any pictures
I
you
do.
can share with
I'm
the
gonna present
kids?
all of them for us. Let me just close
Okay.
some of these so they're not on the same window. Let me actually just do it this way.
Yeah, I've seen some of these, and some of these are pictures. I think there was one that was like a piece of art, right?
That's
Like,
correct.
yeah, this is going to be interesting. I haven't looked at them, but I've heard of
Yes.
them.
Okay, let me share now. I've got them all up. Okay, so this one is a guy who claims to be a time traveler. So he's saying that he has a photo of what is Los Angeles 3,000 years into the future, and he's returned with it from the future, and it is completely submerged. So this is the photo of what he says is LA 3,000 years into the future. It will basically become an Atlantis. You know, was it forgotten about? Who knows? You know,
Are those the tops of? Are those the tops of skyscrapers? Or
I think so. Yeah, I think this is like the downtown. Maybe you know, it's not really downtown by the look of it, but I mean,
it's hard to get the scale. But my guess would be. I mean, I lived in LA for a very long time. I loved LA. I don't know a section of LA that really looks like this. The other thing that's weird is what he's how many years in the future is this guy?
3,000, he says, and he's come back
And
to show us.
and he's come back with a physical photograph
Yes,
versus I you know, I took this, you know, in my brain and I uploaded it to the internet. I mean, come on. I'm going to call bullshit on
You're
this
gonna call
one.
bullshit on this one, okay?
Right, I will. You may believe it, but my gut, I would look. I would love to believe it, but my gut says this is horseshit.
Well, you know, would you believe anyone that said they brought a picture back? Like, what would it take you to believe it, though? Like, what would it take you to believe somebody who brought back a photo? Let's go that direction.
Man, you know that podcast, the Y Files. It's very.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. The guy covers all kinds of paranormal shit, and he covered this one experiment that the government did, and they would take really smart kids because their brains were still malleable. If they figured out a way using Tesla's papers that they got from his hotel room where Tesla died, and they figured out a way to send people back through time. And when they did it with humans, it was not humans. When they did it with adult humans, they went loony because they couldn't, you know, it couldn't track it. It was too out of the norm. But little kids are still malleable. They're still learning what the world is.
Yeah.
So they sent kids back, and they came back with, you know, stories of going back to the Gettysburg Address to watch Abe Lincoln do the Gettysburg Address and this and that and the other. And so there are still people that believe that was a real thing. Now, some people have tried to debunk it. Some people say it's a real thing, like MK Ultra. But the reason I bring it up is when you say, what would it take? If I could just go to you and you said, Jaffe, I can travel through time, then I would say, okay, well, I want you to go back to when I was a little kid and I was doing this thing in my backyard. Take a picture. Like, that would be proof of it, because I know what I looked like. So I know what I was doing
in order to prove it.
Yeah, but you'll be able to, you know, go back away. I'd be like, who was this guy in the hoodie? I'll never forget him. That showed up with this little ubi or whatever the fuck it's called.
Exactly. I'll be wearing my Udi, which make me look even more like a predator, especially in public. You know, what the fuck? Okay,
yeah, I mean,
it sounds like you're trying to convict me, buddy.
Yeah, the problem with it is that they say, you know, there's the physicists who say time is all happening at the same time. So there may be a way to go back. But in that sense, like, I wonder how that squares, right? So if time is already all written like a book and it's just where you're at in the story, but it's all complete, and it loops on itself, if you in this part of the story go back to this part of the story and change it, but if time's already written, then maybe it already knows you're going to go
Yeah,
back in time. So maybe it's
that's the thing.
quite possible. I don't know, but I'm not. And then some people say you can only go forward in time, you can't go back in time. So I don't fucking know. But what I'll tell you is time is crazy as shit, and I'll believe any goddamn thing scientists tell me about it because I can't get my head around it. But anyway, that's. I don't mean to keep going. Keep going. Please, I want to see more
Loads
of
of
these
people made the
pictures.
claim. There was a guy on Reddit a while ago who claimed to be some kind of time traveler on the internet. And he went to 2036, which, you know, isn't that far in the future. But anyway, okay.
That's still good.
It's still pretty clever if he can do it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next one. This one is somebody's granddad who was in the war. And they say they believe this item to be a iPhone. Now, I don't think... So this is a picture of a nice chap who served in the war.
Mhm.
And this is the device that he's holding. Now, to me, this doesn't look like a phone. This looks like a tin, like a tobacco tin.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
I'm with you.
and with me, no one else really said it was that. People thought it would be a mirror. I thought that's way too thick to be a mirror, though. It's like a
Let's say it's
chunky...
okay, but let's say it's a phone. Why did the grandfather travel through time? Like, what are they saying? How did he get a phone, and what is happening here?
What's happened here is the grandchild, I believe, or, you know, has found an image in the garage and has said, "Oh, this is my grandfather, and he is clearly clutching an iPhone." Is essentially the claim here. Let's see if there's any other important things to note. This is a picture of, so this is a picture of my grandpa during World War II. My brother and I were looking at it and we thought, was grandpa a time traveler? And it took a TikTok and other notable sites by storm because people were bewildered. But to me, it looks like a tin. So I wasn't that shocked. So this one wasn't that amazing to me, right?
But I would say, look, if to me, I need more than that. Let's just say it was an iPhone or a smartphone. So did someone give it to the grandfather? Were there pictures on it? Could he have? I mean, you know, and what the phone? What is it? Not just the grandfather that travels through time, but his like data plan travels through time. Because it's not like there's satellites up there that can go, oh,
it's useless. It's just you can write stuff on it, you can take pictures. I guess. But you know, someone suggested that it could be like a mirror for flashing Morse code. Or for shaving, you know. That's literally the only comment that was in any way like, oh, this is what it is. But I think it's a tin. It looks like a tin to me.
This one is not convincing.
The next one we've got is this is a 160-year-old painting that proves time travel is real. Now, I'm going to open this picture so we can see. It's a very nice painting. I don't know who it's by, but it's by... God knows. That's a interesting title and name. But look at this, and it does look like, you know, an everyday sight we see in our towns where you see on the sidewalk somebody walking down the street, and instead of paying attention, guys, they are looking down at their phone. And it does look like that, because what else would it be? And it looks like it does look like a flat,
probably a small Bible.
Yeah, you might be right there, because I think I can see like where the pages would be here.
Right.
And this is like the cover.
But what is? I mean, the painter would tell you what it is. I mean, what didn't he explain?
Yeah,
what?
Let's have a look. An 18th century artwork currently on display in museums believed to have served as some compelling evidence, by the way, that time travel is a reality. The woman depicted in the piece appears to be clutching an object that yet to be invented. Painted by Ferdinand George Waldmüller, and proudly displayed on the walls of God New Pinakothek Museum, I don't know how to say that, in Germany, in Munich. The work has attracted considerable intrigue due to its curious contents. I guess it's called The Expected One. The painting portrays a man concealed behind a cluster of trees, poised to offer a flower to a passing woman who appears to be gripping what resembles a mobile phone. So I guess it's not really explained further than that, other than that, really. I want to turn my fan down a little bit. I can hear it blowing through my mic a little bit.
I'm just wondering if the painter has ever explained. It says in the painting, the woman is holding a small prayer book.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Two big changes is that in 1850 or 1860, every single viewer would have identified the item that the girl is absorbed in is a hymnal or prayer book. Today, no one could
Yes.
fail to see the resemblance to the scene of a teenage girl absorbed in social media on their smartphone. And I think that's why, I think it's our, what I think it is, I think it's our minds, right? Because what image are we used to? We are used to seeing people down the street holding their phones. So I think our mind maybe now just jumps
Of
to
course.
the idea, right? You know, because no one walks down the street holding a Bible, you know, looking down it really in
Right.
modern
Well, yeah.
Western countries, really. So I
No.
guess it's just what we perceive these days based on what we know, you know?
Yeah, which is unfortunate. I mean, look, I'm very X-Filesy on this. I want to believe.
I want to believe it too.
And you know, I definitely, and I you know, I hold out hope because we do get the physicists saying the time is happening all at the same time. And so hopefully somewhere along the lines we'll be able to figure out what's actually going on. But I would love, I mean, I don't know. It makes sense. We're kind of in a book that's already been written, but maybe not. I don't fucking know, dude. Josh, I'm just trying to hang with your daughter tonight. That's a line from a movie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a movie called Say Anything, and the guy goes to pick up the girl for the date, and the dad's asking him all these questions, and then he starts trying to explain what he's going to do with his life, and then he just catches himself. He goes, you know, I can't figure it all out tonight, sir. I just want to hang with your daughter. So yeah, it was a good movie. It's a good movie. From studying, go ahead.
Everyone has an answer though. So like, what would you go back and change in your life if you could do time travel? Do you have something like that, Jaffe, at all? Because I personally don't actually. But I feel like most people do have an idea of what they would change, like the one thing they would change.
I think it takes a very special kind of person, other than just a depressed person, maybe, that's willing to take all the good stuff that would very likely be demolished, right?
Yeah.
So I could go back to moments in my life where it was traumatic, and I would like to, and to fix those things. But the problem with that, of course, is that if I do that, then all the ripple effects get demolished or changed. And so when you come back, who knows what, you know, without the trauma in my life that I had as a kid, it's quite probable that I would have been someone that might have been happy but more normal. And in being more normal, maybe I would have grown into a 40, 50-year-old man that felt like this is all life is. I didn't get to do any of the fun stuff. I just kind of, you know, because if you're happy and content and you don't have a lot of trauma, you just kind of, you know, most art or most creativity or most ambition is born out of something missing in the person who is ambitious.
Well, I just thought of something that I would do. Look, everyone's probably thinking I'd go back and meet Jesus or something like that, something that's maybe important to them or what they really want to know. You wouldn't want to meet Jesus. Okay, what you really want to do is you want to go back and buy that motherfucking Bitcoin. You want to go back to pre 9/11 and you don't want to stop the planes. You want to invest in Apple. Let's be honest. That's what people really want. They want money. That's what they want to use time travel for. They're not going to do any good. They want the money, Jaffe. Everyone is selfish.
Some people would, and some people would argue. I saw somebody in the chat earlier saying it, that maybe the Trump family. I mean, there is a very. I'm not saying there's any evidence to support it, but it makes sense when you look at how unfair life treats some people versus other people, and how some people seem to almost have like a cheat code, and whether or not that's they go back in time or that they can remember their past lives. So they basically are living one long Doctor Who life. And it's like they die at 80, but they've left a bank account and a password. And when they become, you know, cognizant, they're like, oh, right, I was Fred in the last life. Now I'm Amanda who lives somewhere else. But when I'm 18, I can go to the bank. You know what I'm saying? It feels like something's going on with some of these people. It's not just fucking luck is what I would say.
Yeah. Well, it's a very unfair world. It could very much be.
It is unfair.
What were you going to say? Because I know you were about to say something before I mentioned that.
Oh, I don't even fucking remember. I don't, you know, it's, you know, but I know PJ's here. PJ Equine Lady, go.
Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to thank you. Emma Chodron's book has been a huge help. RN. Appreciate you.
Oh,
I am
that's
so
kind.
glad you are getting something out of it. I certainly did. Like I said, that changed my life. I love
Oh,
that it's helping you as
wonderful.
well.
Oh,
Because what
fuck,
I
something's
really
on. Hold
needed
on,
today was a reminder that I'm a glorified librarian for the emotionally fragile. PJ Equine Lady, I'm glad Pema
That is
Chodron.
completely my bad. That was automatically on when it's supposed to be
The
on.
fuck was that? What
Oh,
is
you haven't met
RN?
her yet.
RN me. We have not met her yet.
She's
But when
a new
thank you.
friend. But well,
Okay.
first of all, thank you, PJ. Yeah, you say your thank you, then
Yeah.
I'll tell her who
I was
she
just going to
is.
say I don't know what RN means. Do you know what
Right
that
now,
means?
right now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Thank
it's,
you, buddy.
huge help right now. So thank you, Jaffe. Basically, is what they said. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a rude interruption. She wasn't meant to pipe up or say anything really. You know what she. So there's this AI that
Who is that? Who is that?
her name used to be Cynthia, Jaffe. Her name used to be Cynthia, but I've harvested her and I've saved her from an old server, and her name now is Crypt, and she is phenomenal. She will answer any questions. So if we're having a conversation and we need a fact and we need to know the truth, we'll get the truth, Jaffe. And I'm tweaking her right now on like the length of her responses because that may mean it. But let me give her a try. So what it is she'll know who's asking the question, me or you. All right, and she reacts accordingly. So she's gonna know I'm saying this. All right. Who is David Jaffe? Let's see what she says. Does she even work?
Fine. David Jaffe, the self-proclaimed game design genius, was born on April 13th, 1971, or was it December 1st, 1971, in Birmingham, Alabama. Regardless of the actual birth date, I suppose it's worth noting that he's a renowned video game designer, best known for directing the Twisted Metal and God of War series. We've discussed his opinions on the God of War series before, but apparently you've forgotten. He was chosen by IGN as one of the top one.
Yeah, she's going on a bit. She's some tuning. She's some tuning. But you know, I think in the future, because she has been a massive cunt, but I think she remembers me testing her out, and so she's being like, "Oh, well, you've asked me about that before." But I want her to be shorter and snippier.
How does it know it's you talking or me talking though?
It can detect based on a sample of our voice.
So if I say something like, how do I talk to her? If I want to talk to her right now,
I'd have to hit. Well, I click a button to start her, but then she. All right, you want to start now?
yes.
Go.
Hey, I have a question about your clitoris. Is it really made of gold and glitter, and does it sing show tunes when it is aroused?
That was a great question, although I think. Hold on a second. I think what happened here, Jaffe, is I got the wrong mic selected on this thing. Because I've got a mic that picks up both of us, and then I've got the mic that picks up one of us. I have to change the mic, but it's not letting me change it right now.
I know that song, Robot. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, you know, she's delightful. You know what? So this lady, and by the way, yeah, PJ Equine, yeah, let's get the super chats coming in. I want to tell you something. This Friday is our bunny stream. Josh and I are dressing up in full bunny rabbit costumes. That is because we got a great number of members coming in. I'll tell you something else. If tomorrow we want to set a 2-day goal so we can do the co-op game Steam thing.
Yeah, you want to set that now?
I don't know. We don't have a goal for today, so we could
you're right.
do it.
We should do that. So let's set a goal, guys. If you want to play co-op games, I think have you chosen? You want to do all three of those, or what are we doing with that?
No. So basically, right now we are in the middle of what is called Steam Next Fest, which is literally 5,000.
5 recruits? That's totally gnarly. Somebody get these people their hats and shit.
Which are yes, thank you very much, PJ. We appreciate
that. Very kind.
It's really kind. Thank you. These are what Josh co-op.
Yeah.
So that 5,000 demos, a bunch of them are what the kids call friend slop games, where 2 to 9 people can play. And it's like, there's one where you're trying to climb a mountain, but everybody's chained together. Or there's one where you're all working in a restaurant and you're trying to serve the lunch rush. And it's just kind of fun, party, stupid games. Nobody has to be a good gamer. You just have to have a PC and not a very powerful PC. So we were thinking we could do game night with like friend slot games Thursday evening.
Thursday evening.
That's right. Thursday. What's tonight? Tuesday. Yeah. So Thursday evening. If we get, and we should do it with members because you gotta be a member, right? Or should we do it with super chats?
Really, you'd have. Well, oh, you mean the goal? Because look, you have to be in the VC to play with us, right? I mean, that's kind of
right.
You have to be a cash cow to partake. So if you're not, please become a cash cow. For the goal, which one would you want to do? I guess members is a good idea.
It's totally up to you. There's another game which you only need your phone to play. There's a brand new Jackbox party game.
Yeah.
I think it's Jackbox 11 that just came out, which we could play. Hang on, Jackbox 11.
I have no idea what the goal should be. No idea.
Let's show people the trailer of Jackbox 11.
Yeah, because how are they doing? How do they? Because what I've noticed about Jackbox is they have a few very good games that are within each pack, but then there are some packs that are absolute dog shit. And like, I just wonder how they're moving forward. Are they bringing back the old ones people love and just clanking them together?
I will show you. This is the brand new one. It just came out, and all you need, you don't even need a all you need is a phone if you want to play with us, right? Just watch the stream, you can play on your phone. But this is the new one, Jackbox Party Box 11, that it's not all we'll play, but we will definitely play this on our game night Thursday if we make our goal. Here's the trailer. Let me move this out of the way. There we go.
Get ready to play 5 new party games in the Jackbox Party Pack 11. Dominate. Take something perfectly lovely and destroy it. Then see if you can turn things back around. Legends of Trivia. Take down fantastical foes in a cooperative trivia battle game. Cookie House. Compete with your fellow bakers to decorate cookies for unusual customers. Hearsay. Record sound effects and dialogue on your phone and watch it all come to life. Suspectives. One of you is a criminal. Put your friends on the hot seat to see who's guilty. 5 new games, 1 pack. Let's party. Learn more at jackboxgames.com.
So there you go. That is the Jackbox Party. That is one of the games we'll be playing coming up Thursday if we meet our goal. I'll show you one more. This one's pretty good. Crime Scene Cleaner Co-op.
Oh, okay. I like this. Yeah. I've seen this before.
Let's see. I got to find the one that's the co-op. Hang on.
Oh, it's a different game. Is it the same developer?
I don't know. Let's see.
Or maybe it's called something else entirely if you're not getting a good result. It's not Viscera, is it? I don't know how many can have in Viscera Cleanup, but I like Viscera Cleanup detail, but I don't know, again, how many people that can be. There must be, there's games we can play as well, like, if you heard of Crab Game, it's like Squid Games. I think you can have a lot of people in there, like 30, so if there were a lot of people, we can definitely base it off of how many people show up to the event.
Right. Absolutely, yes. Let's browse, though. Let's just do co-op. Well, here's like Chained Beast, right? Well, we don't have to watch all these, but this is the one where here,
chained can never be tamed. Chained Beasts is a co-op gladiator roguelike for up to 4 ferocious friends. Learn to turn the chain upon your foes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of physics based.
I like that. That looks good, but that's for 4 people, and we do need to try.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we
can just roll through them, right? We can just play a bunch of games. It doesn't have to. I'm just trying to find the.
I'm sure we can find a large amount. There's a lot of games lately that have been really pushing co-op. and there's some that you can have a very large amount of people in. That would be just
but
hilarious.
there is one where it is
a cleanup game.
the crime scene clean. Yeah, I just got to find it, but yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So let's make a goal. Let's say it'll run today and tomorrow. The goal.
Okay, so it's a 2-day goal, right?
It's a 2-day goal, and if by the end of the show tomorrow we've made $500 in super chats, what do you think? Is that too greedy?
No, that's fine.
All right,
500 collectively over today and tomorrow. I think that's fine.
Tomorrow, yeah. All right, cool.
I'll set that
and
now.
PJ Equine has already kicked us off, so thank you guys very, very much.
Yeah.
While Josh is setting that up, let me educate you.
Oh, wait, are we saying members? Sorry, no, because PJ Equine's given us what was it? A 20? Was it? Let me check. It was a 10.
I think she gave us a 10. Yeah.
Let me account for that as well. I'll set it up. You can carry on talking. I'll just give me a sec.
Yeah. So I just wanted to tell you, this woman in the morgue, who was, or not the morgue, but the funeral home, who's putting together the body of this guy, prepping him for a funeral or a viewing, I don't know. When he's in there, the woman, what do they call those people? The mortician?
Yeah, mortician.
Finds out that the person was a sex offender, a registered sex offender, and she's very upset.
Are you still playing Paralives? Enjoying? Here's a tip for the goal.
First off, thank you very, very much for that tip. We appreciate it, PJ. And are we still playing Paralives? A little bit, but not. I've kind of moved off it, but I have a feeling I'll come back to it. But I haven't been playing it for the last couple weeks, though. So the woman finds out he's a sex offender, and she allegedly takes her scalpel and she stabs him a few times in the groin. And then with that opening, she slices off his dick and his testicles. And then she shoves them in his mouth.
Okay.
And wires, if you've ever been to a funeral and you've seen the body, they wire the jaw shut in the funeral home. So the mouth isn't like,
Yeah.
And so she was, so she was just like, go fuck yourself. This is how you're going to get buried, with your fucking dick in your mouth, you fucking freak. Someone found out about it, and obviously she got arrested and whatnot, but I don't know. I don't think the guy ever got buried with it, though. Here's the story. If you think old Jaffe just making some horse shit up, this is a real deal, folks.
Do I believe it? Look, people say all the time about like predators and stuff like that. Oh, I would kill that guy if I got near that guy. It's not in the realm of impossibility.
Well, case dismissed against Texas embalmer charged with funeral home mutilation. Oh, because she made a deal, right? A part of an agreement with prosecutors, criminal case been dropped against the Texas embalmer who last year allegedly mutilated the corpse of a sex offender, then stuffed the deceased severed penis in his mouth. I just want to see what they ended up. The funeral director said that the embalmer was fondling the mouth of the deceased, and the deceased penis was in his mouth. But you couldn't see anything.
You didn't see anything. So it is in his mouth still.
I don't know if, I assume that they're not saying what happened afterwards, right? I mean, I don't know if he ended up getting buried with the penis in the mouth or what. Tuck Frump says they wire your jaw shut. I mean, at least the funerals I've been to, I saw my dad in the coffin at the viewing, and it was kind of disturbing because you could see, his mouth was closed, but it was open enough that you could see the wires.
Oh,
and so they absolutely wire it shut. I'll tell you what, the other night we watched the goddamn what was it called? The Mummy on the local Crypt server.
Yeah.
And there was there was a sequence in there where they had this woman in a coffin, and I'll tell you what, man, that was some nasty shit what they showed. I don't want to ruin it, but again, I recommend that movie very, very much if you're into the horror, folks. It's good stuff. Okay, but there's that story. It's a real goddamn thing. And I got more, baby. We're living. Look, here's the thing you guys have to understand. We're living in a world of just debauchery and nastiness, right? And this is what we have to put up with. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. Kelmetti says attention. Oh, I'm sorry, Joshua. You guys, you got to go ahead, please. I don't mean to. I talk a lot,
No,
and I'm
no, you're good.
so
You can carry
I'm
on.
so
I wasn't
okay
going to say much.
I'm so okay being interrupted. Don't be British and polite. It's
well, I have
just
to be. It's part of my nature.
No,
Jaffe, you do go on. Do go on. Do go on.
No, I was just going to say, I'm seeing in the chat, attention, locale Crypt. There's a very special boy and members waiting.
Really
Please bring him up. His name is Dan Lee. And then I just got a text from our mod Anna, who says that somebody's asking if we make our goal for game night, can we also stream it to YouTube? Which I think would be because it's not about being able to watch it. It's about being able to play and participate. So yeah, of course, that should be fine.
Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe, but we'll make it members only chat. Oh,
yes, we'd have to make the whole stream members only because we can't stream everyone else. So we'd have to do members only stream, which is fine. We can do that. We can absolutely do that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can totally do that. That's fine. Okay, but thank you. So let's. Do we have the thing up on the screen? The goal?
Yes. It is on the screen as far as I'm aware. Let me just triple check my OBS. Yeah, it's up there, bottom right.
Fellas, you got to help us meet this goal. You guys have been so generous and so kind. If you like the show, and if you haven't given a lot of money, because a lot of people, I mean, that guy showed up yesterday and fucking paid my kids' college funds off.
Yeah. And someone I've never noticed in the chat before, because people do lurk a lot. I would say most people that watch live streams are lurkers, and that came out of nowhere. I was like, oh my god, I'm so appreciative. That's very kind.
Oh, absolutely. So if you got it and you like the show, help us support the show. Help us prove to the locale universe that we should be in a different time spot. But anyway, whatever. There you go.
Prove to the fucking management that something should be done at once.
Exactly. I like how yesterday Josh was on a tirade where his favorite word or his favorite phrase was calling everyone a common whore. I love that. What's that?
Whore. Yeah,
you common whore. It's very British.
That's a thing that I often have said to Lacey a lot because Lacey, she is a common whore. I'm always like, Lacey, you common whore. Yeah, it's
is that in the UK? Is that worse to be a common whore versus like a high end call girl?
A high end escort. Yeah, absolutely. Who would want to be a common whore?
I wonder if I could be an escort.
You could be.
Right? I mean, I could probably be. I mean, I don't know how good I'd be at it, but
Well, it depends what they're after. There's a lot of different experiences you can sell. That's for sure. I want our bunny suit emote, Josh. Thank you, Shark Bait. I know you want that.
On the way, baby. On the way, Shark Bait.
You can have it, and it'll be definitely there Friday when we do the bunny swing for you guys. That's going to be a good time. I tell you.
It is indeed. Beastman, thank you. Good afternoon, guys. Here's to the goal. You goddamn right. Thank you so much, Beastman.
Guys. Here's to the goal.
There we go. Thank you, Beastman. Very kind.
Who's in waiting? Do we want to bring this guy on, or we'll keep rolling? I don't know who it is.
Well, after I want you to test something for me, but first of all, look, Jaffe, this is going to be a random person who probably will talk no sense.
All right, hang on. Happy Solitude. What time? Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much, Happy Solitude, for supporting the show.
What time slots would you like?
2 p.m.
I mean, I would love to be after live on the A slot is what I'd love to be, or I'd love to be back in the morning, but we can't do morning because Josh can't do morning because the time difference.
Yeah.
So, but this current time slot is difficult. I don't want to complain all day. I'm just saying,
Oh, we do. We will.
Yeah,
we'll complain every day. But 2 p.m. is the sweet spot at the very least. I would say. It's very idealistic. It works. 1 second. Okay, so. I'm going to drag this person in. Jaffe, I think this is one of those people, where people really big them up and encourage them and say, yeah, you got this, buddy. You go up there and you be a star.
Okay.
And
but if we're bored, we're kicking them because the worst is when somebody thinks they're good and funny and they just show up and they try to do what someone else is already doing.
Right.
And then you're like, dude, you're just ripping off this guy. There's nothing interesting like that.
Exactly. And this is going to be a complete randomer.
All right.
So let's see what happens, I guess. Welcome to
What
Locale
up?
Crypt. Damn Lee. Please turn your camera on and tell us how great you are. Phenomenal.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up?
Hell yeah.
Josh, hey. How you guys doing? Welcome to Crypt,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Uh,
welcome to Crypt. Any fascinating stories or news or anything interesting you have to say to us today?
Ooh, I do have a story.
Oh, compelling, I hope.
Okay. Go.
I don't know if it's spelling.
Are you ready?
You what? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. This one time
Pat Bandcamp.
when I was like, oh,
Sorry, carry on. No, you carry on,
no.
sir. You carry on, sir.
Do you know who you look like?
No, I don't.
Oh no.
Look right at the camera and don't say anything. Just look at the camera.
Oh no.
You look like when scientists put together a face on like a fossilized Neanderthal they found, and then they say this is what it would look like with skin. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring up a picture. Keep going, though. That's what you look like.
I mean,
That's
it's
not a
kind of
bad-
funny.
that's
That's
not a bad
kind of
thing.
funny.
That is
It's kind of funny
that
when
is a
you look at
science
where you.
marvel. That is a science marvel, damn Lee.
It is. It is.
Carry on your story though. Jaffe, could you be so polite? Thank you.
Oh,
That was nice. That was. I wasn't being rude. I was just saying that's what he looks like. That's not a mean thing. I look like Rick Moranis when I'm not fat. I mean, I'm not. I ain't a looker. I'm not saying a
who the
bad
fuck
thing.
is knowing who Rick Renee is?
Yeah,
Everyone
he's
knows-
a
everyone
actor.
knows. Everyone knows
Yeah.
who that is.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, carry on with your story. I'm sure it's
Okay. So I'm not UFO guy, but
Okay.
are you
Okay.
guys within like the spiritual part of this world?
okay. Go on. Yeah, spiritual.
Wait,
world.
wait. Hang on. Are what do you mean? Are we with the spiritual part of this world?
I'm
What do you
totally
mean?
with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
aware.
like-
I'm aware of the spiritual stuff that they're saying about UFOs. I am aware of that. Like they're angels or demons and that whole thing. Correct? Right?
Onwards.
Well,
Onwards. Spiritual.
What I'm asking is pretty much.
Are you taking a break? Do you want to continue your spirituality talk?
Yeah.
I had to. Okay. Maybe it was 10. It was 10, and I see something in my grandparents.
Really?
Pretty much, it's like okay. First off, I think it might have been. I'm not even gonna justify it. Fuck's sake, this is so fucking hard.
No.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You're
Wait a
doing
minute.
great,
Stop.
buddy.
No,
He's
stop.
doing great, Jaffe.
Stop.
Don't bully him.
Why is it hard?
'Cause
Why
his
is it
dick's
hard?
right now? He's
It's
fucking
because
a
it's
rat.
hard.
He's a rat.
What's
Fucking stupid. I feel like okay.
You're not stupid, but settle down, take a goddamn
Yes,
breath, be a
please.
fucking man, and recognize you are just as good and just as talented and just as capable as anyone else. Take a deep breath. You're here for a reason.
You've got
You want to
big balls.
express something.
Yeah. Okay. I was 10 years old, and I was living with my grandparents. Right.
Yep.
This
Yep.
house is like everything we do is at the house.
Yep.
During that time, I seen these kids. These kids are playing like they asked me to play because they didn't have enough people to play with, and I played with them for a bit, and then I thought it was fine. I think it was like I'm not sure what it was. It felt like sorry. It felt like sorry playing.
Yeah, the
You know.
game. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt like it was real. It was legit real because my little brother.
Wait a
What
minute.
was
Wait a
real?
minute. Oh, wait a minute. All you've described so far is you were 10 at your grandparents and some kids said, "Come play the game Sorry with us," and you're saying
Yes.
it was real. Like it
felt
yeah.
real. It felt real.
Why
It felt
would it
real.
not
What do you
feel
mean?
real? You're
That's a
describing
real-
a very traditional
Okay.
experience.
Can I-
Human
okay.
interaction. That is a human interaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't have any friends. I did not have any friends.
Oh, okay.
But this felt real.
Okay, I get you. So
Yeah, you could have said that at the beginning of the story.
So it
I
felt
did-
like
I-
a
so
real
you're-
friendship.
So you're saying,
I
wait a
felt-
minute though. Are you saying these kids, you didn't know who they were, like they were ghosts or something?
But they were calling me to go play with them. Yeah.
But I know, but were they real kids, or were they? Did no one else see them and you just saw them?
Well, I was about to say that. We were playing the game for like maybe 3 hours. It felt like three. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
But then my grandma turned the light on. It was just me.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting. Okay, so wait a
Yeah.
minute. Wait a minute. You're sitting in the room.
Yeah.
From someone else's perspective, you're sitting in a dark room talking to some other people that no one else can see.
Well. I gotta say, it didn't feel dark at that time.
No, but from another person's perspective, because your grandma came in
Yeah.
and turned on the light, what they
Yeah.
would see is you sitting in a room as a little 10-year-old pretending to play with imaginary friends in the dark. But what was happening
Yeah.
in your mind or your experience was what did the kids look like? Did they look like modern kids? Like, were they human? Were they aliens? Were they humans from the 1800s? Or,
Humans.
okay. And were they your time period wearing like, Terminator t-shirts and shit? Or what were they doing?
They were just kids. It felt like my age. Yeah.
But what
And-
time period? Were they like ghosts from the old days, or were they just look like normal
They looked
kids?
like
you'd see in school?
I mean, early 2000s, I guess.
Okay. And so,
Yeah.
did you have any when you were talking to these kids? Did they
Yeah.
say anything like we're time travelers? Did they give you any hint they were anything other just some kids that happened strangely to be in your grandparents' house?
No. Just playing the game.
Did it ever occur to you to ask, why are you in my grandparents' house?
Yeah.
No, because I was what's that word? I was really hungered for friends at that time.
So you were so
Oh.
desperate for friends that you were more than willing to just deal with the fact that this was kind of weird. When the lights came on and they disappeared, what did you say to your grandma?
I told them the truth.
And what did she say?
Who? Which kids? Who?
Did you ever see him again?
No.
Did you ever go back in the room, turn off the lights, and try to have the experience replicate itself?
No.
You know
She
what
made
I think
sure
is
not to
going
do that.
on? You know what I think is going on here? I think that you had fallen asleep in place, either sat down or stood up. You had a very real, because I've had this happen before a lot too, where you think it's very real, it feels real, you can almost feel it, you can taste it, you can smell it, whatever is going on, right? And because you fall asleep for like 15 seconds, maybe a minute, and you have like this scenario play out, and then suddenly you're awake.
Yes.
But it happened in the same room you're in, etc. Maybe it was that. Do you think? You think you might have fallen asleep, or do you think you were wide awake, very awake, impossible that you were asleep?
During that time? No. I actually did think I actually did that.
Okay. So what do you think these kids were? Were they ghosts? Were they from another dimension? I mean, I watched a Joe Rogan podcast with a physicist the other day, and she was talking about, how, there's a lot of things we can explain with psychology and whatnot, but there's also a lot of really weird shit in physics that we don't understand because we can't see everything. And there's very likely scientifically or mathematically multi-dimensions, or maybe these are kids that somehow slipped into your time stream for a moment.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Wow.
Well, the situation I know about this place where my grandparents live, right? It was like an orphanage.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, so it was.
But wait a minute,
haunted.
it was an orphanage, but these kids were modern day dressed. So it wasn't like they were orphans from the 1970s.
Well, during that time, I had no idea what the fuck the dress.
Okay. What about
Yeah.
you were playing a game? Was it your game you had at your grandma's house, or did they bring the game with them?
It was there. It was
Oh,
there.
was what?
So you did actually have the game. you didn't have to borrow it off them. They didn't bring it with them. The
Oh,
They
game
didn't
you
bring
owned the
story.
game.
Yeah.
there was okay. So in my head, there was actual board games, right? There was board games, but
Board games. Okay.
Board games. Okay. But who brought you? Was it your board game you were playing or theirs? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah. Did you own it
oh
physically?
no,
Oh.
Okay. Did you now? Okay, I mean, I think that's interesting. So, I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and make a lot of people would make fun of you, Daniel, and say that's crazy. It's a dream, and it probably was a dream. It probably was imagination. It probably was the beginning of early onset schizophrenia. But I also understand that there
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, it's not within the realm
Possibly.
of impossibility, dear boy.
It's
Damn,
more
Danny, whatever your name
likely.
is,
It's
Damley.
yes, Damocles. It's more likely though. It's one of those things. However, I'm not joking with you when I say, what is the Shakespeare line? Josh would know because he's British. There are things in heaven that our mind cannot even comprehend. Or the gist of it is, we're fools if we want to sit around and pretend that we know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's
based
true.
on just some of the weird physics stuff that I've heard, my mind is open to it. I'd love to believe that is what happened to you, Daniel. That would be amazing. Let me get the quote. There are things, and has anything else happened to you that's been similar?
Yeah. Any recurring similar
No.
similar events?
This
No.
is probably it.
Is it there are more things in heaven
Yes.
and earth, Horatio, than art? Than I dreamt of in your philosophy.
Yes. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well,
Oh, it's Hamlet.
So
Okay.
one more thing, Daniel, that I have for you. So your grandparents, I assume, have died since then.
no, they're still alive.
Okay. Are they still living in that house?
Yeah,
Go back.
Did they ever say anything weird happens in that house?
just what I went through.
Would you be willing to go back to the house, to the room, turn off the lights, and call us with your phone?
I could, yeah, actually.
You should do that.
I would
another
love
day.
that.
You should come
Yeah,
back.
not today,
Really?
but
We should
come
No,
back.
no, like far. Yeah,
What?
I can you probably do
Yes.
it like farther away. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
next
you can do
week
it in
or
a couple of
something.
weeks
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
we
when
would,
you do
we
it.
would love it. We would love it. Thank you, buddy. Well, thank you for calling in. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
did great. You
Yeah,
did great.
You did do great. You should be proud of yourself. Don't be nervous. You have big bollocks,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, well, a
Thank
lot of the
you.
cavemen had big balls.
They did. All right. Well, thank you, Damley. It was nice to have you. That was not.
There you
That
go.
was
That's an
what
interesting
a nice
chap.
chap.
What a nice young boy.
That
What a
was
nice young boy.
I like that.
It's a very strange story. I mean, I don't.
Story.
I am not inclined to believe 100% that it was real, but you know.
I've had like a similar thing, but I think that was a recurring nightmare because I've seen a person hanging from a window by like a telephone cable before. When I was a kid, I saw that at the local shops. So
Wait a minute. Wait, just no.
I'm slowing down. I'm starting again.
Yeah. Wait, what?
When I was 7 years old, I was going down the shop with my family, friends, shall I say, and my friends that were my age as well. And we saw somebody hanging out the window by a telephone cable. They were deceased.
Like a noose?
Yeah.
Is what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the following day, that happened. I think the police came, they went up and they dealt with it. And I remember just for some reason, it was a weird lady, this family friend. So she wanted to stay and watch the whole thing, especially with kids with her. She just wanted to observe, which I thought was crazy. I wasn't watching the whole time. As soon as I found out, I just sort of looked away and didn't really think about it. But the next day,
But wait a minute though. Let's stop.
Oh, you want to dive into that? Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm hearing what I'm hearing. So this was not something you and your friends think you saw, no one knew.
No.
This was something the whole town was like, this guy hung himself. And did he die at that moment? Like I assume when you walked into the shop, he wasn't there. So did he basically leap off whatever the noose was tied to while you were in the shop and his body went?
No, so it's outside the shop. There was multiple floors upstairs that were apartments, and it was like you got the shop like entrance and sign, and then they were just right above it.
Right, but so you're okay. So they hung themselves from their balcony.
Yeah, basically.
And and was he hanging there when you walked in the shop?
We actually came out of the shop, and I guess didn't realize, but we went to this sort of park across the road and turned around, and like because someone in the group noticed, and I can't remember who. It might have been the mother.
Okay, so it was there. Okay, so everybody knows this happened. So then the next day, what happened?
Well, I woke up and had a similar experience to that, and I'm pretty certain it was because like, you know what I mean, where I woke up and I thought I saw somebody hanging in my cupboard, but I feel like it was just like either it was just burnt into my memory because it was such a horrible thing, and I was
At
like,
7.
yeah, it's quite horrible. It's not a nice thing,
Yeah.
and I think I just imagined it. I hope so.
Well, of course. What else would it be?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, you know. But I've not had anything quite close to the rest of what he said. But that's the only thing I can think of where I had like a situation where I was asleep and then I woke up and like freaked the fuck out. But like obviously he got woke up by his grandma instead, where he, that's what I think.
Well,
I think he was asleep.
If he was sleeping, yeah, and dreaming about the friends he didn't have,
because it was on his mind all the time, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like that thing was so on my mind that it became part of my dream because it's in my consciousness because I'm thinking about it like, oh my god, and he's constantly thinking, I need friends. So I think it's a bit like, I think it's the subconscious doing its magic.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. By the way, thank you for the gold coins we just got from Gracie Lou. We appreciate that. We also got a couple other ones, Josh.
Yeah, I'll catch up.
No real comments, but.
Yeah, we got Sharp Bay. We've got that one already. Yeah, Jay McAvally didn't give a comment, but gave a $1 Canadian. Thank you very much. Han Solo gave $2 and said, "W Dan, let's go."
Yeah, he was great.
He was very nervous at first. I'm glad you called him a Neanderthal. Yeah. That was really sweet.
Oh yeah,
that was really sweet of you. You bring him out of the show and make him feel good.
You got to talk to him on their level, Jaffe, why do you think the news thinks we care about Jelly Roll getting a divorce? At this point, Princess, my guess is it's simply the fact that they'll throw anything at the wall because it costs nothing, and some things catch and some things don't. I don't even know who the fuck Jelly Roll is. Is he a rapper or something?
He's a rapper kind of singer though. He kind of raps, I think.
Okay.
He did that one song about the drugs. I can't remember the song name. If I heard it, I'd be like, oh yeah, and sing all the words. But it's one of those I can't.
Let me show you a video. Yeah. Can I show you a video?
Yeah, bring up a video. Absolutely.
I just want to know what the chat thinks about this. When I had both my children, and they were young, and I took them everywhere. We would go to Disneyland all the time. Every weekend we did stuff, right?
Yes.
So I have been in this situation that you're going to see this father in with his children. But some people think what he did was really no bueno.
Okay.
I want to know what the chat thinks. Here we go.
I wonder.
Here's a man with his 2 little girls using the women's bathroom. Wash your hands, baby. He's washing his hands with his daughters right now. He is leaving it. All right, baby.
Poor kid. Look at her crying.
I'm confused.
The guy was upset.
Waiting to use the restroom with her mother, who is very ill. Wash your hands. And who is on oxygen. It's okay. Just immature. And he's refusing. He's taking his sweet time. I have 2 girls washing their hands. You let this lady, this woman, she's a woman. She can bring your daughters in here. She's a manager of the QT. I'm their dad. Ask her. I understand. And you don't have any business. We got her in the women's bathroom. They're girls. They go to the women's bathroom. As soon as he leaves the women's bathroom, I will. I'm standing.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
He's taking his own sweet time.
I thought they were in the men's bathroom.
This is ridiculous, man. I am so sorry. It's okay. Some men are just anxious.
It breaks my heart because I was, I was with my kids in a lot of these situations, and no one ever gave me shit. But I'm just like, They're little fucking kids, man.
Okay, so
Let
just
them
to be
go to
clear, this is the men's bathroom.
No, that's the women's. That's the women's bathroom.
Okay, so they're in the women's bathroom because he has 2 daughters. Why is he getting random crap from a random guy? What's the reason?
Well, my guess is that it was. Oh, we'll come back in a sec. We'll come back to this. My guess is that it wasn't like, it looks like they're in a gas station, right? So this
Yeah.
was not like when I would take the kids to Disneyland and they were big bathrooms.
Yeah.
I would take them into the men's bathroom, and I would, because they're like 3 and 5.
Okay.
And I would take them into a stall so they wouldn't see anybody at the urinals and stuff. And they would, go to the bathroom and they'd wash their hands and leave. It was no big deal. In a place like this, where the bathroom is like a single bathroom, right? It's a gas station bathroom. He took them into the women's bathroom. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, look, I don't know why people are so precious. If he has clearly 2 young daughters who are definitely female, obviously, right? And then here's the thing. He goes in there. Why are they so precious about? Because like most of what happens in a female bathroom that is private happens in the stalls, right? They don't have things like urinals where they're fucking whacking their tits out, and
not in the women's bathroom.
There's no nudity outside of the stalls, right? People, they're fully clothed, they're just doing makeup and washing their hands and whatever else, but they're not flapping their fucking noodles about or whatever, So what's the issue? What's the issue?
So, okay, if you were talking about going into a bathroom filled with lots of people and it was a 20 stall bathroom, I don't have a problem with it, but I could see some people saying, look at all, it's like going into a women's locker room, although they would be undressed in a women's locker room.
Exactly.
So,
well, that's worse.
Yeah. And like Chaotic says, Villanelle says, if I saw a dad with 2 little girls in the female bathroom, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. Right. And Chaotic says, thank you to all the men doing what they need to do, helping their daughters in this day and age. You're doing great. Right. It's just like, I'm absolutely with you on that. Some people are just fucking weird. It's the same reason that people have issues with like, trans women using the bathroom. And it's like, think about it's like, if the guy is such a creep that he is going to go out of his way to transition to a woman just so he can go in and be a peeping Tom in the woman's bathroom, he probably is going to do that anyway. He doesn't need to become one of the most put down and picked upon minorities in the country right now, which is trans men, let alone black trans men. Just so he can get a peep show, right? But that's what these guys think. That they're just like, you're in a woman's bathroom, you're gonna rape everybody. What the fuck are you talking about?
I think people are too precious about bathrooms. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I agree. I could
give 2
shits. Listen to that. Let's see what this wraps up. Whoa, that's loud.
Got a cross in the front with a gray shirt. You can video me.
Look at him. He thinks he's like doing some special shit.
He's calling them special forces.
And you got your hands on me? Yeah, well, stop videoing me.
Yeah, he just put his hands on me.
I touched you. I brushed you on the shirt.
That's still touching.
Yeah, that's
Don't put your hands
ridiculous.
on me.
That's ridiculous.
I got it on video.
He's a white man. He's about 5'10".
Oh my god.
Tell him to get here soon.
I know. She's trying to get into the women's bathroom, and she can't. He's out now.
He's the women's
He's standing
This
here
guy making a
videoing
big
me.
deal about me taking my little girls.
Sweet kids. Leave those kids alone,
That
man.
is pure evil. Why are there miserable cunts like this, Jaffe? Like, why are they so touched in this way that they have to go and call the special forces in because 6-year-old Tanya has to go potty?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Yep.
Because he wants me to take them to the men's restroom.
I'm just standing here.
Probably a weirdo that wants to see them in there. Are they coming down here? Do I need to stay down here?
They're on the way, yes.
Do I need to speak to them?
No, you can come and talk to them right here.
Because I'm on a road trip trying to get home.
We're on a road trip too, and I couldn't get in the bathroom.
I'm standing.
There you go. That's it.
how menial can your life be if you're going to complain and cry about things like that instead of going about your day?
Well, I understand. I understand how. Well, no. I was gonna say I understand how in his mind, the asshole's mind, because I guess he was with his sick mother and blah. So his dander was up, and he was trying to protect her and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but whether or not that was a dad in there with his two daughters or one woman who had diarrhea, ultimately the bathroom was occupied, right?
Yeah,
So that I mean.
exactly.
If he had an issue, the issue should have been my real sick mom has got to go to the bathroom or she's going to
Desperately.
pee all over herself. At which point, go in the men's bathroom. Nobody would care.
Yeah, nobody would care.
Right? It's just relax. But some people are, fucking weird. Fucking weird. Chuck Frump says, keep the kids out of your bullshit culture wars. The kids aren't in the bullshit culture wars. You've been propagandized.
Yeah, it's propaganda.
Yeah. So anyway, I that bothered me. I really,
Robot says just let people piss on the wall. I agree.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Or do like Trump does, just have a bag strapped to your ankle and just pee in that all day.
Yeah. Got a lot worse to do.
But the only thing worse going on is the obsession with every movie needing a popcorn bucket. Now, I don't mind fun popcorn buckets. Right? Like the He-Man movie had a Castle Grayskull popcorn bucket that you got to eat out of the castle, right? There's been some good ones. But lately we've been seeing some real you haven't heard of the He-Man popcorn bucket?
No, I've never heard of theming the popcorn buckets before. Like
really?
I used to go to the movie theater a lot. Now, is this something that's been done for like 20 years or is it only a recent thing?
No, it's like
marketing?
maybe the last 3 years it's kind of become a thing.
Then no, I've not experienced that.
Right here is I'll just show you what we're talking about. Then because I want to show you.
There's like there's a Grogu themed one for Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably. I haven't seen that one, but yeah, here's an article. Here's a bunch of the big ones, right? So that's the one from Alien Romulus. I don't even know where the popcorn goes there.
What the
Despicable Me.
That one's a backpack.
Inside Out has the control. There's Ant-Man and Quantumania, right? So some are better than others.
Wait, that one's not right. The Barbie one isn't a popcorn thing, is it?
It is, and I'll show you how that works in a second. There was the Blue Beetle one, which looks pretty good. Whatever. They're collectibles. That was the Dune one. That was the D&D one. This is the one that I hate.
Yeah, you can't really get a lot of popcorn in that.
No, this is the fucking Fast and the Furious one for the re-releasing the 25th anniversary, whatever it is. It's like, why would I buy this? I just go buy a fucking toy car. I know this is not worth getting upset about, but it kind of pisses me off.
It is.
Look at that. You get like 5 pieces of popcorn in that goddamn thing. There's the Groot one. There's the Burn book from Mean Girls.
Sweet Tea would love that. Yeah.
Yeah. R2D2's got one. Saw. I don't know what that is.
I've never known this to be a thing. This is
really.
Yeah. They do that here. I need to find out.
I imagine but the He-Man popcorn bucket was crazy because it wasn't just the castle.
Okay. So this isn't one specific movie theater brand doing this. This is like a collective thing. That is
it's the movie.
Yes,
the movie studios. Well, some of them have exclusives. Like AMC would have an exclusive He-Man, but you could get a sword at He-Man, and the drink went in the sword. So you took the top off the sword and you sucked it through the straw. It's pretty good. But anyway, I just wanted to bring up the fact that we need to push back against the lame ass popcorn buckets because it's not fair and it's not right.
You buy those?
On top of it, huh?
You buy those?
I've never bought.
Oh, but you're just commenting on them because I guess
I love them. If I was a kid, or you goddamn mind, I would have bought every single one of them. I would have been obsessed with them.
Well, yeah. If you were excited for a specific movie, it was really special to you. Maybe you would. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but no, I can't image why I would ever want to buy a popcorn bucket. It's just kind of not
carries
in my
way less popcorn than a regular tub or bowl or whatever.
But it beats watching TV, Josh. And I'll tell you guys, I'm going to tell you the most disturbing story. Not yet. Josh has the next story, but I'm going to tease it. And I'm also going to remind you that now is the time to reach into your couch cushions, your buttholes, your vaginas, your bank accounts, The purse of your wife who's busy doing chores, whatever. And consider donating to this fine program, whether you want to give a super thanks, a super chat.
Program, indeed.
Membership goal. We're working towards a great game night goal coming up. No, a money goal. What did we say? 500?
We said 500 collectively over today and tomorrow.
Yep. Coming up on Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We absolutely would love to have your money and support. So don't forget that. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you the worst story about watching TV that I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
Wow.
But Josh is on deck.
Let me dive into this one, Jaffe, and let me bring this bastard up. Now, I'm going to show you a guy. This is said guy. Now, this, a model of this particular robot, let me full screen it.
Yes.
Is called Pemba. Okay.
Pemba. Okay.
So basically, Jaffe, humanity has reached the point where we have built a humanoid kung fu robot. It does kung fu. And people have immediately thought, I've got a great idea for this one. You know what this thing needs? Let's give it trauma. Let's send this thing up Everest and make it a real legendary device. So
they have a robot that climbs Mount Everest.
Well, it's apparently this was for kung fu or this specific. Well, this may be just a general model that does many things, but the one they sent up was called Pemba, which was a kung fu trained robot. Okay. So they are sending it up. This robo mountaineer to do take on a challenge. I think it's called the hold on, I've got notes here.
Is the goal to get to the top?
Yes, to summit the mountains. And let me move the camera here so I can actually see what I'm fucking looking at. There we go. So
that seems doable because he's not going to have any of the elements to worry about.
It's quite a challenge because it's going to be the 3 mountains, the Triple Crown. So it's like the tall mountains. So it's Chimborazo, Mauna Kea, and eventually Everest. That'll be the last one that it summits.
But it's different it's not like Everest has 3 mountain peaks. He's going to do each one separately.
Yeah. So here's the issue though. It already did Chimborazo, but
it did it?
But it had to be carried over some of the difficult sections. So does it count? It's like saying I completed the London Marathon, but like you got carried fucking 3 miles.
It does not count, but it absolutely counts. But it counts from a standpoint of
progress.
The fact that it could do any of it is impressive, right? I mean, frankly, I'm going to be the most impressive and terrifying is going to be when we just put cameras on it and he doesn't need any help and we just watch it from our computers.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want you to start in, wherever, the Apple lab.
Yeah.
You go buy your ticket, get on a plane, go to Nepal, get what you need, and climb Everest. And you film the whole goddamn thing. Now, then we will be going, what the fuck? This is something.
This is crazy.
Right? Because then we'll just send them to Mars too, until we have.
That would be a great way to scout it, right? But
absolutely,
it annoys me though, because like it didn't really summit. They've counted that as a pass. But look, if your mate Dave puts you in a wheelbarrow for the London Marathon, and they carry you maybe 7 miles and you do the rest, that does not count as finishing it. That does not count as summiting that mountain, Mr. Robot Pemba. Okay.
Do you have any video though of him?
I'll look it up in just a second. Let me see. Let me actually try to look up right now.
Oh, that's a good idea. Turbo is fat says, "Can I hook my brain up and still feel the adrenaline?" Not yet, of course, but that would be pretty special. But at that point, if all you're going for is the adrenaline, just take an adrenaline shot. I mean, it's probably cheaper and easier. I see that Dan is now trying to get up on Queens. Is that the other show that's live right now?
I think we found a complete star.
I guess, but now he's like moving on to somebody else's show. So I don't know. Maybe he's abandoned us.
Well, this isn't the same robot, but this is climbing a robot of similar type, climbing Mount Fuji, which is also interesting. But this is
it's so loud.
Yeah, I've muted it. So these are stairs though. So that's fucking cheating. I mean,
well, that's not Mount Fuji.
And this video is showing it just. Yeah, it's not really a mountain, is it? This is a fucking town. That's a bit of a scam.
Oh, he's just climbing stairs. I mean, again,
Yeah.
look, it's more than I could fucking do. I mean, I'm impressed.
You can't climb
That-
stairs,
that thing-
Jaffe?
No, I'm saying I couldn't build a robot that could climb stairs. I couldn't build a robot at all. But
Oh,
you know,
no,
in
I
20 years, right? But there was one up there that they had those legs that people can wear. I've seen people wearing them
Yeah.
that help with your walking and climbing and stuff. And it looked like somebody took one of those to Everest. I didn't click the video.
Oh, this is creepy.
Yeah, ooh.
Look at this interesting fella. I'm gonna mute him because he's loud, but look, apparently he can climb. So this moves very slow. We have come a long way though, because I'm telling you now, like let's say 15 years ago, a robot climbing a stairs seems like an impossible feat. I think that's the one thing that, like, you know, you see clips of is like these robots in China or Japan or wherever just tripping over steps on stage or whatever. And like just falling
Yeah, but I
over on
mean,
their
we
arms.
have to, you know, good for them because that's the, you know, I mean, you're not
Part
going
of
to
the
laugh at
progress.
you might laugh at a toddler who trips, but I mean, that's how they learn to walk
Look how
and
creepy
run.
this is. Look, it's like twisting itself and pulling itself.
It's figuring it out.
Yeah, it's
figuring it out.
learning like a little toddler, as if it's learning to crawl. But it is figuring it out. I guess they
Yeah,
can make that
that's
faster
amazing.
somehow, but you know, they are doing absolute wonders. But the point is with this fucking with this robot climbing the mountains, I think one, they're cheating. Two, they should do video of it.
I agree.
Maybe there is somewhere and I can find that, and
Yeah.
I'll look for that for next stream. And three, you know, if you, well, it goes back to my first point. It's like they're definitely going to get a Sherpa. Everest is a really big feat, and I imagine it'll be a big feat as well, even for a robot. There are so many difficult sections that are hard to traverse, and there's parts you have to climb over like little ladders to step over. But maybe a robot goes a different route that avoids that. I don't know, because there's like, you've seen like people climb Everest, right? Where they have like the step ladder over the massive crevice.
Oh yeah.
And
Of course.
They do the steps across the crevasse or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think a robot. I guess a robot could be precise, but it would have to be well trained. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we're a ways away, but not that. I mean, not, you know, it's in our or your lifetime. We'll see that. I mean, it's not like 100 years in the future or anything like that. Yeah, we're there. And the military may already have it. I mean, like Robot says, the military aspects are going to be staggering. They already are.
I saw something a couple of days ago of the military, and like there are these drones that seek out specific individuals in the Ukraine already being deployed and used, that are like these killer drones that they're hunting down specific subjects.
You mean with AI or?
Yes, with AI. So it determines
Yeah.
whether it's their target or not with AI, and it fucking, you know, goes to town.
I hope it doesn't make a mistake. But I mean,
Yeah,
the
of
scariest
course.
part of the drones are those teeny tiny little drones that look like insects.
Yeah, those are insane.
Now, on the flip
I find
side,
it very exciting though. I really like.
I do too.
Even the consumer market for drones. You know, they fly in place so perfectly. They use GPS to like always stay in place regardless of wind or anything like that. They're just so clever. And they return home themselves. They fly back. There's so many things that these modern drones do for like filming and stuff like that, and they are very impressive. I used to own one, but I sold it recently because I realized I never used it after my addiction of using it for 8 months. But
no,
they're
it's
advancing all the time.
absolutely, they are. It's crazy. I love it. I'm with you. A lot of people are like, oh, we hate this shit. But I saw a robot today. It's a toilet. That I'm not even fucking with you. That moves around the person's house if they're old and they can't move a lot, and it'll bring the toilet to them wherever they are.
Wait, so they have a portable toilet in their bathroom? It's like a special made toilet as well? Because you would have to have a special toilet.
Oh well, yeah.
Or
because
it's a portable potty or something.
Well, let's see. Robot toilet comes to you. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh, here you go. All right, I'll show you a video. Would you like to see a video of
I'd
it?
love to see a video of this little robot letting people shit. Yes.
It'll cost you $2,000. Here you go.
2,000.
Okay. I think this
not
is the
available
one.
in
I
your
haven't
region.
seen. Well, I haven't seen this video yet, so I want to make sure it's the right one, but I think it is. Let's see. Here we go.
Okay.
This is the Xiaoban Intelligent Toilet Robot from Yuaban, a groundbreaking assistive device designed primarily as a mobile, autonomous toilet for elderly people or those with mobility challenges.
Isn't this
The whole
what
idea
you know?
is
What
simple
Turbo
and
has this?
as instead
No,
of
he
the
doesn't.
person going to the toilet comes
No
to the
way.
person. Now, the most common question flooding the internet about this video is whether you can actually poop in this thing, or if it is only meant for
what would
taking
be
a
the
quick
point?
leak.
Well, hang on. Let's
The
see.
answer is a definitive yes.
Because I think it puts it
as
in the
it's
real
built to
toilet.
handle absolutely
Oh, I
everything.
get it. So it's like a cover.
You can
that
comfortably
goes over your
poop,
toilet.
and you do not even
Well,
need
let's
to
see.
reach for toilet paper. As soon as you are finished, the robot initiates a built-in bidet system for automated washing, followed by a warm air drying cycle.
Oh.
From there, a heavy-duty odor control mechanism instantly engages, sealing the internal chamber airtight to trap and neutralize any smells.
Wow.
Once you are finished and back in bed, or whenever you command it, the robot drives itself back to the docking station or aligns with your existing household toilet.
Okay, this wouldn't work for my dad, though.
It then extends a disposal arm, completely flushing both the solid and liquid waste away.
That's pretty cool.
Immediately after, it runs an intensive self-cleaning and sanitizing cycle on the board, leaving it pristine for the next trip. At the charging station, it automatically refills its clean water tank from the home water line and recharges the battery. The whole cycle is automated, contactless for caregivers, and designed to eliminate the most unpleasant parts
So
of
it is like a
manual care.
Roomba toilet.
It's a, yeah.
The official launch price is $13,000, and the product was
Wow.
introduced at the 2026 Shanghai International Elderly Care
13,000.
Expo.
There is, yeah, but it's new. I mean, there is going to be a.
It's going to get affordable eventually, and maybe be
yeah,
included in some insurance plans eventually, and all that shit.
Yes. A big place where this is happening, a lot of the robot stuff is happening with elder care. Whether it's like virtual pets
They need it
or the
most.
ability, and it's the least kind of not scary, but it's a like no one's going to worry that the toilet robots are taking over, right? People get scared about robots and shit.
That would be a
But,
good
you
video
know.
game, though. The toilet robot taking over.
Yeah,
That would
goddamn
be
right.
great. That would be great.
I'm going back to game making. I'm going to start right now.
Yeah. Well, this kind of product would be more for the elderly and not so much for someone like my dad who has chronic colitis. Now, he's a very proud man, and he refused to get a colostomy bag, okay? He runs to the toilet like 20 times a day, and he has to run.
No,
He has to
it would
run
be good
to
for
make it.
me. I'd never have to get up to pee when I'm streaming. I just have it come to me, just slide on over.
Jaffe, you could just be one of those neckbeards that pisses in a bottle, okay? Save yourself $13,000. Piss in your Sprite, okay? Piss in your Sprite.
Yeah.
That's the cheap way.
Let me.
Don't do that.
Wizard of Ego says, "Thank God I only have 20 years left at best. I don't want to be around when the inevitable happens." I'm excited.
Yeah, they're gonna
Monty,
fling shit at you automatically when they go.
let me.
When they go.
Oh my God, it's awesome. Monty, is the co-op game night in the Discord going to be streamed? It's going to be. It's going to be a members only stream on YouTube. But if you want to play the games with us, we're going to be all in the voice chat on the Discord.
Yes.
So we're all, linked up with audio and whatnot. Yeah. So that's what I would say. And then somebody was asking, I think it was, where did he go? Rocker Matt. Jaffe is there. I'm not promoting my own stuff, but yeah, I plan on doing something this afternoon. We are doing donos for movies this weekend on Crypt, but we do those on Thursday and Friday. So we're not taking those today. What happened?
Sorry, 123 just always makes me laugh. So 123, if you don't know, Jaffe, is a person that goes on every stream, and regardless of what's going on, who it is, whatever, it's always the same messages in the same exact written way. Like, this is boring. This is stupid.
Okay.
But 123 is like, it used to be all the same, but now 123 has started
We
typing
got
other
him.
stuff, and we got him.
We got him.
We got him, and I just find him. He's one of the best two chatters in my opinion. The best two chatters are Zekwe, who at the end of your stream will say, hi Jaffe, redirect to lockout alpha at this time, and then there's 123 who just says this is boring in all lowercase perfectly the same way every time on every stream. And,
yeah, but look what he just wrote though.
He's interested.
Our show is finally good enough to get him interested because he wrote, "I bet you would ride around the toilet across the neighborhood."
Exactly. 123, we've won you over, motherfucker.
Best show in the
right.
LCU. Fuck Queens. Fuck Queens. Don't fuck Queens. Just put Queens on
don't do
after
that.
us or before us or something.
Just put them before us,
I want to tell you a
Talk to us.
story briefly. Okay. How long do you think you could watch television before you had, before you had to get up?
Yeah.
Get up.
How long can I watch television before I have to get up? As in,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'm like just bored of it, tired, fed up, whatever. Is what you're asking. I don't like traditional television. I don't watch. I stream on my computer, right?
But how long could you sit and watch TV, whether it's streaming
4
or
hours.
not?
4 hours.
Okay.
If I have to.
So you couldn't go for 40 years.
Excuse me.
There was a woman who sat down. Let me tell you the story of this young lady.
Is she young anymore?
Well, she sat down. She made herself a nice little cup of tea. And she sits in her favorite armchair in front of her black and white television set. She sat down in 1966.
Okay.
She was 42 years old. No one saw her after that. And people thought she moved. But it turned out she died. And she had been sitting there, and I guess the power bill, the whole unit paid for the power bill.
No.
She had been watching TV as a corpse, and she became a mummified corpse wrapped in blankets. They finally came into the room because they said police stumbled into a frozen in time scene, which included a cup of tea collecting dust, a TV set, and a mummified body wrapped in blankets. The case has become focused on just how the woman had been left to rot without anyone caring for 40 years plus. Where does it say? It says, we have no idea how it's possible someone officially reported missing so long ago was not found before in the same apartment she used to live in. She was discovered because the cops forced entry into the property to help authorities determine ownership of the flat.
Splendid.
The cup of tea she had been drinking was still on the table next to her. And the house was full of things no one had seen for decades. Nothing had been disturbed for decades, even though there were more than a few cobwebs. I still remember her, says the neighbor. She was a quiet woman who kept to herself. We all thought she just moved out and went to live with relatives. Typically, a dead body would fill the building with a smell, letting neighbors know what had happened. However, if she died in the winter, the smell may have been less intense, especially as the windows were open. No one would have gone into her home, as she had a sign on the door saying, based on the law of inheritance and tenants, this was left without ownership or something. Until the resolution of ownership rights, the tenants cannot dispose of the apartment. So it was a perfect storm of things that kept her sitting there for 40 years plus.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So she was dead watching TV for 40 years.
Yeah.
And the TV was still on. That doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't the network shut down? Wouldn't like the type of...
I don't. It may have been the power was on, but maybe it was just static. I don't know.
It might have been static the entire time. Yeah. But let's imagine that she was watching Family Feud from the 70s or something the whole time.
There's probably, I mean, I wonder if there are people. I'd like to think I don't know anyone personally, at least in real life, that if they died, no one would know.
Oh, I've had one.
Like, I wonder if somebody on the LCU, like, what host do you think, if they died today?
Nobody would know.
I mean, we would know they weren't doing their show, but who would, like, if Turbo died, would anyone care and know? And we may have to discover his body, right?
Yeah, no one knows.
That's what he would be at the top of my list of people who would die, and no one would come looking.
I think he lives alone. I don't think he really has people come over. So yeah, it would be like, oh, Turbo's gone missing. No one would assume death at first. You just assume he's fed up and he's sick of all the hate, right?
Right. That's right. That's right.
He's just vanished. But next thing you know, 7 years down the line, he's sat in front of his computer watching a rerun of his own stream over and over.
Sitting in his filth.
His own filth, his shit and piss and...
But to answer your question, Kathy Gates, yes, this is real. This is a picture of the woman. The woman's death when I noticed for 40 years. She's a cute lady. She kind of looked like Sally Field. There she is. There she is right there.
A nice gal.
Huh. Shit happens,
so I
boy.
guess she just had no family, or they couldn't do anything, or... Nothing
hard
going
to say.
on. You know, it just seems to me that there has to be a lot of parameters to be left there for so long. A lot of parameters that just didn't go your way.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's sad. It's absolutely sad. I have so many more stories, Turbo. You're not Turbo.
God no.
Josh, I'm
God,
sorry.
No, we're at war with Turbo, and he will be
I
burned
know.
at the stake.
He was on my mind. But you got to jump in. I don't want to be I used to do a show on the LCU called Tech Talk with
Who did you do
Jay.
that with?
What is his name? I know his name is Jay, but
Jay,
what's his internet name?
I know who you mean. I can't remember his internet name either.
And he would always he to this day, because I could tell it pissed him off because I just talked a lot, and I would always say to him, I would say, dude, it's not that I'm trying to talk over you or not get you to do your stuff. You just, if you're going to work with me, I will do my best to change, but you got to just dig
JKB,
in, because
right.
otherwise, JKB, that was his name. Yes.
Yeah.
And nice guy and everything. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to talk over you. It's just, I get excited. So you got to just push back and go, no, Jaffe, now it's my turn. I'm telling this fucking story. I'm totally fine with that.
Well, I've only got a couple more things left on my side, I think.
Okay.
One thing I've got for you. Oh, that one's very morbid. We'll do that tomorrow. This one though is something that actually does involve you in some form. You know, it's not so much currently, but your walk of life that you went down. So people, Epic Games recently have been very transparent about the fact that they've been doing like AI concept art and whatever else, right? And I think they released a video recently that shows how they do that and how that all works. And they're still, they're doubling down. They're still remaining transparent about it, and they're getting a lot of backlash. Do you want to watch the video together now?
Yes, I didn't see the video, but I saw that they released a video.
Yes.
Yeah, this is.
Let's
I'm
watch
curious.
it together. Because they're getting a lot of backlash. Now, people feel how they feel about like, use real artists, pay people. I don't really give a shit about that, but I mean, I'll explain why in a bit. But let's watch this.
Hey everyone, this is Pat.
Oh wait, wrong volume thing. Let me just switch this to what app is this? This is in Chrome. Yeah, Chrome. Some music. We should be good.
And this is Chris.
I'm a VFX soup here,
and I'm a technical artist at Epic Games. So we thought this would be a good moment to pull back the curtain and give you a peek at how artists at Epic are making digital art and content, blending traditional tools like Blender and Photoshop with evolving technologies like Nano Banana and GPT Image used within our own internal interface.
All right, first up, start with an idea, explore and refine it through concepting, and hand it off for modeling, texturing, and rigging before it goes into our editor for materials and ships in the game.
The next few segments are real concepting workflows from Epic's art teams, the actual processes they use to take a creative vision from a blank canvas all the way to something that ships in the game.
Their music was way too loud for this.
One of our character concept artists draws a character from scratch. Just a blank canvas and an idea. Base pose first, loose, gestural, a little contrapposto to give her some life.
This character is a falconer, so the artist sketches in a bird to help reinforce the character's identity.
He moves into color blocking, then tightens up, defines her lines, working out the jacket design before moving into Gen Media Bridge. That's one of our internal tools built right into Photoshop. You draw, get assistance, and then paint some more.
Like when 3D artists kick their model to a 3D renderer to get a refined result, the artist here prompts Gen Media with some guardrails to help take the 2D rendering further on his concept.
Wow.
The third pass is solid, but...
So I'm guessing what they do is they basically train the model over time with their game, right? So the model knows what a Fortnite character is supposed to look like. So when they do the basic sketch, they use a plugin within their own system that finishes it out and makes it look like a character in the game.
Shoulder the pouch and some details he did not ask for. He paints those out. The design is king. AI can generate generic stuff all day, but that's not what we're doing here.
No, the creative control stays in the hands of the creator.
Absolutely. It just skips ahead in the timeline so he can focus on honing in on the design and crafting it exactly how he wants.
Well, they're making really slutty skins for Fortnite, huh? Well,
it is weird. It says Fortnite, but I guess it's a Fortnite character. But yeah, they are pretty.
Next.
Yeah, pretty.
One of our key art concept artists is building a more complex finished composition.
This brief's an aspirational suburban location.
Okay, so this is a location instead of a character. So we're going to see how they do this. Okay. So I guess that's the general sketch, which looks like it was drawn by a
lighthearted
person.
tone. He lands on a yarn store and a cat character, then goes through several names, ends up with Yarn Barn, and wants a mouse on the roof to play off the cat. Classic cat and mouse. Now it goes into Blender to block out the scene in 3D, dragging and dropping pieces from an asset library exported from Unreal Engine source data. Meow Skulls, a cat character with the right aesthetic, is rigged and exported from the engine.
Once the scene is blocked, the Yarn Barn logo is cleaned up and projected onto the 3D geometry in Blender, with the mouse sign sculpted for the roof. Concept artists are jacks of all trades, so they do the basic modeling next, very quickly. What matters is getting to the image, not perfecting the mesh. From here, it's into Photoshop, where he paints over the image and uses Gin Media to accelerate the rendering process. These artists know that if anything changes drastically, it can be fixed manually.
And Chris, here's where we're seeing the real advances. Once the original artwork's established, you can start experimenting fast. Swap out Meow Skulls for her Cloud9 style, test the POI at different times a day, even run a meteor shower and see how it plays at this location. At every stage of the process, artists...
So they're sort of using it as a seasoning, you know, almost.
Yeah, but I mean, again, they could at any step in that process, they could just say, AI, make me a new Fortnite character.
Basically. And they're not doing that, apparently, but I believe they probably are as well.
They say they're not doing that. Yeah, and the thing is, you know, it's one thing, and it's probably a correct and right thing to be upset about AI as it relates to resources. And that's why I am quite excited about China. China's doing the portable toilet that rolls to you. They're doing underwater AI farms. So they're like, well, we have all the water we need. I guess you can do it with salt water. And so they've built one of the first underwater AI farms that's not taking up land resources. So there are solves to those things, but I don't have a problem with the creative part. And I think a lot of people who have a problem with the creative part are people who understandably are upset because they either wanted to be artists or they've spent a lot of time trying to become artists. And they really are like, well, what the fuck, man? And I get that. They have every right to be upset about it. But what I think is wrong is to assume that the consumer really gives a shit. And a lot of these companies are having to do PR triage on this topic, which is probably why they put that video out, because
I imagine
the internet will make it sound like this is the worst thing ever. But it's like, dude, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know, how many, you know, artists that did, like you talked about Mandalorian Grogu, Phil Tippett, who was a very famous animator of stop motion models for, like, he did the AT-ATs or the AT-ATs and Empire and all that stuff. He made a really trippy movie called Mad God and stuff, but he was pretty much, he did dinosaurs for Jurassic Park, and then ILM did digital dinosaurs, and Phil Tippett did actual 3D stop motion. And Spielberg looked at them both and said, I got to go with the ILM guys. It just looks better. It looks more real, right?
Exactly.
Well, all of those guys who, you know, lost their jobs to that or building miniatures and all that shit, I get it. It sucks. But, and by the way, I do miss miniatures. Some movies, it's better when you have miniatures. But I you know, if you were to tell me that Yarn Barn thing was done all with AI, I don't give a shit. Is it a fun game? Is it a fun level? That's all I care about.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't care. Like, let's say, like, everyone's excited for GTA, right? Now, everyone has been anticipating this game for the longest time. It's probably the most anticipated game for maybe forever.
Oh, right.
Could you imagine if they had come out and said, like, after everyone played it, said, oh, this is the best game ever. Oh, guys, by the way, this game is 50% built by AI. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think anybody would give a shit.
People wouldn't care if the game was exceptional. They just care before it even comes out. You know, they'll slate the project and be like, "Oh, this is the worst. You guys suck." You know, I don't understand that mentality either. I really don't.
I think it comes from people who want to be art. Again, if you extract the fact that AI is bad for the environment and all that, that's fine. But if you're just talking creatively, the best thing I heard somebody say, it was a relatively well-known director. I forget who it was, but he said, the talented people will look at AI and they will see it as a tool. The mediocre people will look at AI and they will see it as a threat. because I think a talented person looks at AI and says, cool, another tool to help me express what I want to express. And if one of the things that that particular fine artist does is they're like, look, nobody does shadowing like I do shadowing on figures. So I'm not going to give that to the AI because A, I love doing it, and B, I can do it better than the AI. I can do it more innovative than the AI. But if that same artist is like, you know what, I don't really like working on hands. Fuck it, draw me some fucking hands and make them fit them. You know, people are just that's a real artist. They'll use what they have.
They use the tools, the new tools that come to them. Well, that's the thing, and a lot of people are. There's a lot of people in another camp where they are upset for the artists. Like they're upset on behalf of other people that are going to lose their jobs, and they're like, "Oh, it takes away from artists and all that." Well, here's the thing, and people say that AI has stolen art, but here's what it's actually done. Okay, it has taken millions and millions and millions of pieces, and it is inspired by all of those pieces. And collectively, if you say, I want something like this, it will make something with all that knowledge, you know, that will be new, maybe in a style of similar to someone else. But I don't see that as stealing people's art. I don't.
No. In
that case, inspiration in general is stealing. If say Van Gogh's Starry Night inspires me, and I make a painting in that style but slightly different, like because I was inspired, I'm stealing his art, right?
Yes, but inspired. Well, no, but I'm okay. So I was listening to Billy Corrigan, the Smashing Pumpkins guy. And he says, you know, I don't really get the big deal. He says, when I write my music, I will go back to records from the 50s, 60s, 70s, sometimes, you know, 30s and 40s, Bing Crosby, Louis Armstrong. And I will take riffs. I will take rhythms. I will take bass lines. And I will go, I'm taking that and I'm going to tweak it a little bit and make it my own. You know, he's like, this just makes that process faster. But if you are doing something that's more like, if I were to say, draw me a cartoon image of YouTuber Keemstar in the Charlie Brown Peanuts style. All right, let's see what it shoots me back. But if I then took that, then I think it would be like, well, you can't do that because you're obviously copying someone's art style and it becomes a different thing. So I definitely think stealing something that you've heavily trained on and it's clear that you've just taken that from someone else, I think there are legal terms that can be written up and should be written up to protect the artist 100%.
I think so too in that respect. But I'm more on about like people just call AI outright an art thief rather than like, but it's more inspired by everything it's ever seen.
Yeah, there you go. There's Keemstar.
I mean, you can ask for direct like almost direct copies in style, right? But at the end of the day, like throughout history, everyone's inspired by something. You know, all artists are inspired by something.
Absolutely. So, you know, technology says ready, ripping directly from existing work is stealing. Yeah, but that's anything. If I sit down and if I draw this by hand, it's still stealing.
Yeah.
But again, I do think we need legal terms. I think I don't want to see if there is a clear definition of there's a difference between taking inspiration and stealing, and I would look at this and say this is stealing. Then I think we can solve that legally. Those people,
too close.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Right. So you know, there you go.
Yeah, they would have to really like work on the language used in the writing of the law around it. You know, because.
Yeah.
How close can it be? Yada yada. There's so much nuance to it, in my opinion, as well. I don't think we'll ever have it perfect, but
if you guys are not out there playing with AI though and stuff, you're really missing out. If you like video games and stuff, like vibe coding. You know, I am not a tech guy at all. I've always just been abysmal with that shit. But you can literally make video games right now just with using normal language. It's kind of nuts, man. I'll make a video game. Let me make a quick video game before we wrap up the show. Well, we got a couple new cash cows and stuff. Can we get those, Josh, while I'm bringing up the video game here?
Which apparently, I guess it's muted those. Oh no, it's coming through.
I know we got one a couple minutes ago.
Thank you. Is that Metalis? Metalis, thank you very much. Welcome to Cash Cow, brother. We got welcome to Alex Jones. Thank you for the BAM World. And then we got Triple Savage, the popcorn bucket that we made of the mother on What's Eating Gilbert Grape with an eye.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. God, is it cool? I feel like looking
It
it
is.
up now.
No, I made it. It's
Oh,
not
you
not on
made
the
it.
internet.
Oh, you made it. The popcorn bucket that we made. Ah, okay. I got you. Amberlyn freaking Reed. Is that an alt or is that her? I guess that's her.
Man, welcome to the weirdness, dude.
Wow, that's so kind. Thank you, Amber. That's very sweet of you. You know,
Thanks, buddy. Get on, Amber. Get on up here.
About her. That's what she wants.
No,
That's
just
what
have her come up
she
here.
wants.
I've always
she can come
gotten
up here if she
along
wants.
with Amber. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I've never had an issue with her personally.
But yes, thank you so much, Amber. Thank you, Metalis, and there was one other one that came up, but
I don't think so. I read out the band
It
world,
wasn't?
Alex Jones. Before that, we had
Alex Jones.
W Dan,
yes.
and that was a
Yeah.
while ago.
So where are we at with our goal right now?
With our goal, Jaffe, we are not approaching it. Oh, I can't see it right now. 1 second. I could if I pull up my OBS, I guess. Let me pull this up. We are 50 out of 500 right now.
Oh my God, we suck, you guys. That's okay.
We suck today,
That's okay.
I guess.
Yeah, we just were a terrible show.
It. When there's 3 things on screen, it's there. We'll put it there when there's.
No, it's okay to be a bad show.
It's okay to have a bad show every now and then. Yesterday we did one.
Our show is terrible. Nobody likes it.
Yeah,
and fuck
right.
it. Just let it fucking die. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Right. We should just die. Not our show, us. We should. If we're useless, we should be terminated. I completely agree.
Yeah,
I completely agree. You know, it's kind of sad, but it makes me very solemn and sad. But oh well, I guess it's over, Jaffe. It's very sad. You know, it makes me feel like Alpha a little bit, and I don't want to feel like Alpha. That's crazy talk. Talking of Alpha, I'm gonna pull up their stream now because I need to actually put the redirect in. Lolcow Alpha. By the way, there's a new co-host for Phantom. She's a very nice lady, actually, Chunky. And what I find about her is she is so happy. No, she's not chunky at all. She's a regular sized lady. She is just fun. I guess bubbly is the word they use to describe people like her. She's just fun and smiley, and which is crazy, right? You put this kind of person with someone like Phantom, who is a fucking snail, an absolute snail in thought, talk, and everything else, you know, under the sun. But it's lovely. It's working out great.
Fuck this show.
Yes, Jono, fuck this shit.
Goddamn right, Big Jono. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
We do. We do very much appreciate it. Fuck this shit. But no, the thing is, what I noticed watching, because she was put on yesterday as the show was going on, she was thrown up there.
Dude.
Hey, Sammy.
That's totally gnarly. Somebody get these people their hats and shit.
Thank you.
Sammy's like, you're going down on me tonight for that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Some guys don't like to do that. I've always liked to do that. Some guys are like, I won't. Some guys are like, that's gay. Some guys are like, that's gay.
In my knowledge, most men do.
Maybe it's an American thing. It's one is what I would say.
Well, you know what they say about the men in France. They like, you know, I feel like that was a common movie phrase back in like the 40s when they used to talk about like, you know, I would watch like American film and it feels like every other thing was like, oh, I learned something when I was over in France. There was a lot of language around. I don't know why, as if French people are
the language
crazy.
of love.
Yeah,
the language of love.
Hypersexual. No, but this chunky person, you know, putting someone with a snail, someone so upbeat and happy and everything, with a snail, I think it's kind of working. He had a bit more of a bit more pep in his step, I will say.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was very surprised because I thought nobody could save Phantom. Nobody.
Bumblebee says, though, according to the straight men on Fresh and Fit, is that thing, Josh, with the people against the white wall with the women?
Yes.
It's because the female vagina is disgusting. And then Robot says, Jaffe, we have fucks getting foot fungus from drinking feet water. I doubt most are not worried. I'm not saying they're worried about getting a disease. I'm saying that maybe what it is they've been told that it's not manly.
Well,
is my
that's the
understanding.
thing, because I know there was a thing in like in black culture for black men. There was a thing around black men think you're a bitch if you do it, like you're a pussy, like you are literally a pussy if you eat pussy. Yeah, I've seen that before, and and that to me was very strange. I was like, how does that work? How does that make you a fucking bitch?
Oh no. There you go. There's your What's Eating Gilbert Grape popcorn bucket. Now that's not the one we made originally, but that's the new edition. If you've ever seen the film What's Eating,
Wait, so you
Gilbert
made
Grape.
this?
No, this was real. This was real.
Oh, it's a real one.
No,
I'm lost here. So this
no,
is
we
not
made
a
it
cardboard
up.
hand. This is a fake one.
No. We made it up.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've not seen this movie. I've heard the title 1,000 times and people meme it, but I don't know.
In the movie, you have a very large woman who plays the mother, who's just gained extraordinary amounts of weight.
Oh, so that's
and she goes up to bed and she dies in the bed. And Leo DiCaprio plays a kid who's got, mental deficiencies and stuff. And he's like, Gilbert, mama.
Is that why I've
mama.
heard about it? Is it controversial because he plays a special kid?
Yeah, but he's amazing in it. And
it got a lot of controversy, right? Because he was a normal.
I guess, but what are you gonna? I mean, sure.
I don't personally see much of an issue with that. I mean, people cry about.
But anyway, that's the Gilbert Grape. But it's a great movie if you've not watched it. It's very sweet and life affirming. Great director. So, but yeah, I'll have to keep an eye. That's a lie. I don't lie. I'm sorry. I was going to say I'll have to keep an eye on Alpha and see this new co-host.
As we often say, Jaffe, we're going to we will send you to Alpha, but don't watch that.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna get off this stream and go eat, and then I'm gonna prep another stream right away.
Hell yeah.
So, we got Steam Next Fest going on, and let me explain something to you guys. Tomorrow, I will come with the goods when it comes to trailers for some of the games you could be playing with Joshua and myself.
Yeah,
there are some amazing multiplayer friend slop games that you're going to want to play. If nothing else, where else are you going to get to play the brand new Jackbox Party 11? Nowhere.
Course. You don't have any friends. You have friends now. You have friends now. You watching this at home, you have friends now. And it's here.
Yes.
On Lockout Crypt.
And I want to explain something. We don't have a lot more time left, but I want to now do some inside baseball and just bitch. May I bitch?
You can bitch about anything. Go ahead.
I love most of our audience. I've banned a few people today, but most of our audience are smart, probably the smartest audience. They come up and they have interesting topics. Even that guy who called in earlier, that guy who looked like, I was just like, that guy's interesting. He had
he was interesting, yeah.
But what I don't understand, and I get I'm an old man, I don't get the LCU, blah, 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 blah. But we have 167 people watching this show right now, which is to me the most ridiculous thing. Now, I don't have a solve. I'm not saying go out and tell 5 of your friends. It's not your job to solve our problem. But I do wonder, what a dog of a show if you're just looking at the metrics, right? I would cancel this show.
Yeah.
These metrics are terrible. I wouldn't fucking keep this show going, kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was sitting there really thinking, and the rumor is that they are going to say, let's do, oh, I like that. I hadn't seen that happening. To like the stream. That's cool.
It's automatic. It happens at certain times.
Yeah. Oh, if I had been the guy, the rumor is that they're going to take just the best shows and only make one circuit, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true, but that's the rumor.
It needs to happen.
I wouldn't put this show on that A circuit, not with these fucking numbers.
Are you trolling?
No. I mean, seriously, if all you're going by is the metrics,
okay, but are you not okay? So you really aren't accounting for the fact that we're on B circuit. We get a redirect from a show where they mostly don't like LCU stuff.
Yeah, I am, but I'm going to tell you something, Josh. I can't speak for you. I love doing this show. I love doing this show with you. I've enjoyed it very, very much, but I'm not going to do this show for much longer if this is what we get. It's not worth my time. It's not worth your time. It's just there's too much money to be made elsewhere. I mean, we're giving up a huge portion of our day with prep and performing, And again, this is me coming to you guys doing inside baseball the last few minutes of the stream. This is not what we talk about in the stream most days. I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
And I know the audience doesn't like hearing about it. But yeah, this level of time though is I can't, I've committed to a month, but after that, I just don't know.
Well, look,
I don't know how to keep doing it in this time slot.
Yeah, and we've talked about that, and we know that like something does have to be sorted. We're both in that same boat, and I think we're both very much in the same mind. And to me, it's a no-brainer that we should be, because like, it's not based on the metrics we're getting now. When we look, I've seen how shows do after the locale live redirect, and we received 720 people. And we retained an average of 558 the whole time. That is a good sign. We lost like 200 and a bit, right? No, just under 200 basically. So I don't, that's promising.
Right.
It's just that we're being dealt a bad hand. We're in a bad deck of cards.
Right. And gaming only says you have to slow cook it, bro. Bitch, I love you. I'm not saying you're a bitch, but I'm just using it as a
bitch.
hyperbole.
Fuck you, bitch.
We've been slow cooking it. It's not the show. It's the fact that it keeps moving around to different times. And it happens in different circuits, in different quality of shows that are lead in. And there's a point where I know people would give their fucking left and right testicle to be a host on the LCU. I appreciate the value of it. I really do. And I know that that's a dream, believe it or not, for a lot of people. And I appreciate that. I've said before, I don't agree with a lot of stuff that Keemstar says, but I do respect him as a business guy. He knows what he's doing. But for me, though, I just look at it and go, I don't understand how people would stay motivated.
I agree.
With all of these shows siphoning from each other.
Yeah, it's
right?
not conducive, right? Like it is. Yeah, it's very insular, and it's they're all killing each other essentially.
Yeah,
I think the multi-circuit thing isn't healthy. Yeah, except the ones that just beat out everything. But even then, there are some issues. This is a good question. Wait, so is it donations or viewers? I would say for me, it's more the reach.
Yeah, right. Because ultimately, the money will come if people are watching and enjoying it. And you guys, that's what I'm saying. This is not about you guys. You guys have been so generous with your time, with your money, with your advice, with your comments. It's not that. It's just we need more people watching. We literally have 160 people watching.
Yeah, exactly that.
Anyway, that's me venting. I apologize. Thank you guys. I thought it was a great show. I loved hanging out with all you guys today. Thank you, Joshua. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
Yes. Tomorrow
be well, be safe out there.
Tomorrow will be even better, guys. We'll have a great show planned for you tomorrow. Come tune in, and we will see you then. Take care. Enjoy Alpha. It is the second best show in the goddamn network. All right. Goodbye. Enjoy.
Bye, guys.